Leticia.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, our pleasure. How did this philosophy that we've known you for many years now is very distinct in you, that you basically almost always try to hire internally and gamble on people, even some big bets. Where'd that come from?
Well, it comes from just that experience myself. When I moved to Monahans, I think that's kind of where that whole, process started. And I had an employer who basically took a chance on me. And every opportunity from there on, it was people, again, seeing something in me that I didn't see in myself, and they pushed me a little harder. I gained a little more confidence and, take more in, and just kept growing from there. And here I am, CEO.
Yeah, you're
11 years.
You're a beautiful example of self-efficacy, which...
Yeah.
So there's a difference between confidence and self-efficacy.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be a confident person and have low self-efficacy in a particular domain. Like, I consider myself confident, but low self-efficacy in singing, even though I do it relentlessly. Sorry, Jeff.
Quite all right.
And the way that you build it is that you get opportunities to basically, challenge yourself a little bit, and you have like this feedback that comes in that, oh, I can do that, which is interesting that it was people who saw something in you. Yes. And they push you, which that's management, right? Like, that's what we hope people do to develop leaders.
Exactly. So with that said, I want to pay it forward. And I think that's...
You've done it.
Yeah, you've done it.
Yeah, we've had visibility on Leticia we've known you as a CEO for 11 years.
Yes.
It's nice, the story you've had, but we've seen you change people's lives. So I'm glad that you were able to truly pay it forward like that.
Who was the craziest person?
Crazy for what?
Like the most risky person she took a chance on.
Most risky and didn't work out, or most risky and did?
Let's do
both.
Yeah, because we do need to talk about some of the downsides of these.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Let's start with a good gamble.
Yeah.
So they're still with me today. There's several of
I
good
can think
gambles.
of a couple. Yeah.
A lot of my leadership team is there. For me, it's almost like a little spark that they have. Just the way that they maybe show a little bit of passion in there, but yet they're a little introverted as well. Something's not really clicking in them, that they have the ability to do what I know they can do. It takes a lot of coaching. It takes a lot of one-on-one. It takes trust, and identifying who that person is. It takes several years. I mean,
how frequently, in like the course of a month, how frequently do you see the people you're actively trying to develop? I mean, I think you try to develop everybody continually, but the people who are like more in the oven than the others.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I try to touch base at least, 2-3 times a week. I see them. I interact a lot with them. But formally, I have one-on-ones every month. We, list goals at the beginning of the year. I have them list, what do they want to accomplish? Are they ahead? Are they behind? Are they, on track? What are 3, kind of most important things that they're working on, or where do they want to go? And we have that dialogue. I try to ask some questions, kind of like y'all do with us, and kind of build our leadership skills. And, where do you see yourself 5 years, or what's bothering you today? Or, is there, what challenges that, did you overcome? Just kind of have that exercise with them, and kind of have, start thinking outside, give them some encouragement. Go through some of the projects that, they've taken on, what worked, what didn't work. Initially, when we started, I was very more hands-on on all these projects, and kind of...
I remember.
Yeah, I think I was the lead and all, and they were just kind of assisting, right? I kind of took the lead. I delegate, or I basically say, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do that. And then I guess over the years, it was, Leticia's micromanaging me, or she's a micromanager. I got a lot of that feedback. And it's like, okay, well, am I micromanaging, or am I just, I want to get it right, or I want to make sure that, it's being done correctly. And so I did a lot of self-assessment, or internally looking at that. I would Google, okay, what is micromanaging? Am I doing these things right? As I got that feedback. And so I started just kind of, not engaging as much, I guess, if you will. The tendency is if I'm in the room or I'm in a meeting or there's a discussion, it's like they would wait for me to say whatever I said, then that's what we're going to do.
That's why we try to make you speak last.
Yes. So then I just stop, attending some of those things after, you get to that point that you trust the leaders that are there. And I trust them. They've been with me a long time. I said, okay, we're going to do this, but now who's going to lead? And, a point guard basically for the project. And then I would just check in. What do you need me? Is there anything? Do you need me to be on the meeting? Because they would include me in the meetings. Do you need me to be there? No, I've got it. Okay, great. And I think I'm a lot more hands off. Again, they've really grown because I went back and looked at myself, and I didn't have anybody holding my hand through my growth. I had to learn a lot of it on my own. Naturally, want to do better, and I'm a researcher, and I just, I feel like I thrive when there's more unknown or kind of chaos. I said, well, how am I developing them, and how are they growing if I'm not allowing them to make mistakes or fail or kind of, do that on their own, if I'm just giving the answers, or because I have that experience and they don't. And so I think, that was the best thing I did.
Yeah, I think that there's like that transition. I think initially, if you're going to grow people, you do have to give them a lot of time, and you do have to give them some oversight as they're developing the skills.
Correct.
But it's just figuring out like where that line is, where you start to pull back and let them carry their own water.
Yes.
And a lot of leaders don't actually make that transition. We were talking about that about somebody else in our sphere.
Yeah.
Where, they have one trick.
Mm-hmm.
So they're a hammer always looking for a nail.
Yeah.
And we've seen you transform.
Yes.
And interestingly enough, she also got a lot happier at that time period.
Yes, I did. I always say the Leticia 5 years ago is definitely not the same one today.
Yeah, but it's a testament to your kind of growth over time.
So it's been their growth and it's been your growth, because
sure.
It's not something like you came in knowing what you were going to do.
No, I mean, heck, what does a CO do? I didn't know what that role was, and it's just kind of you take the every day and kind of learn, and it's a lot of responsibility, and that